Irving Game of the Week is brought to you in part by Gerald Stavely Dry Cleaning.
From MacArthur High School, it's the Game of the Week on ICTN. Today we got high school volleyball coming your way as we start off our 32nd season of the Game of the Week on ICTN as the Cardinals play host to the Frisco Lone Star Rangers. Good evening, everyone. I'm Lance Brown. Rob Willman alongside. So glad to have you along as we get this thing underway. And we're just about set to go. And here with the play-by-play, Rob Willman. Rob?
All right, Lance, thank you very much. The Rangers there to the left and will be serving first. Be number 3, Morgan Hilburn, the sophomore. She has the honors of getting this match underway. Best 3 out of 5. First one to 25. If we go to 5 games, that 5th one, they play to 15. MacArthur with the set, the spike, and the points. And the Lady Cardinals are out on top, 1-0. Nice play there by Sydney Foster, the outside hitter. Bianca Umakwana is a middle setter. Also, Lauren Elliott plays the middle. Get some of those other names for you as MacArthur serves. And now the Rangers on attack. Nice save by the libero Wolever. But that time they're not able to save it, and the Rangers get the point. And we're at 1 apiece, and we have a substitution. There will be many, of course. Coming off is Foster, and going in is number 5, Villatoro, for the Lady Cards. The Rangers off to a slow start in their just 5th year in the Frisco School District. A shot attempted by number 13, Shelby Moore, the senior outside hitter, not able to get it across the net. And MacArthur gets the point, and it's now 2-1. And as you notice, you will see a lot of substitutions. Latoya Ramsey, the head coach for MacArthur, told me earlier she's pleased with the effort. She just wants to cut down on those unforced turnovers. Oh, nice play at the net. Good save, though, by MacArthur to keep things alive.
Good to be tall.
Isn't it, though, as White was really giving them fits. And able to save it is the libero for the Rangers, number 11, Natalia Perez. And the point will go over to MacArthur, and it's now 3-1. And you can see there substitutions galore on each side. The serve by Wolever. The set, and there's White again. Boy, she put a lot on it, but just too much on it. She looks at her coach and says, hey, Coach Carl, my bad. And it's 4-1 MacArthur.
Wolever's such a great athlete, outstanding softball player, and also plays basketball as well.
The spike, that's out, and it is out. Attempted that time by Sheriff, who also plays on the right side, the outside hitter. A couple more subs coming in for the Rangers as Melanie White will be doing the serving. Put a lot of distance on that, and MacArthur unable to save as Amador hit that one back toward her back line. And the Rangers get on the board, and it's 4-3 now.
Melanie White, a big gal serving here.
Yeah, she doesn't have to jump much, does she?
Boom.
Man, MacArthur on the attack, but saved that time nicely by Newell. The set, the little dink. Kept in play. The slam just too hard.
Did it touch the hand?
Well, let's see. Frisco's asking for the hit, saying it hit one of the MacArthur Cardinals, but I don't think they're going to get the call.
They ain't.
And as you take a look at the Lone Star Rangers out of Frisco, they have about 7 high schools in that city, 9 teams in their district. In football, they get about 2 preseason games, and then you're in district. Saved by Davila, but not kept in play by MacArthur, and the point will go to the Rangers. And it's 5-4 MacArthur. Match number 1. Again, you got to win 3. They do have the mini games when they're in tournament play, and all you have to do is win 2. But once you get to this type play, then it's best 3 out of 5. The serve across, and I believe it hit the palm of her hand. And so that's going to go point to the Rangers.
So we're tied up.
5-5. The serve on the way by Wentworth. Wentworth, I think of that commercial, J.G. Wentworth. Hilburn with the sets, the spike. Goes off the back arms of De La Rosa. MacArthur keeps it in play, but not enough.
Got to talk to one another out there.
Yeah, Villatoro and Umakwana both went after that one. And
Frisco has a lead for the first time in this match. Nice dink.
The set, the save. Cardinals must get it across the net. Nice little match play here. Slam.
Nice
rollover.
save.
Yeah.
Bad setup, though.
Yep. De La Rosa ran out of real estate. Ended up hitting the side of the pole there.
So they're getting some mileage out of Wentworth here. Reeled off 4 points in a row.
Yep. 7-5. 7-5 Lone Star on top. The slam off the net, kept in play. Just the pushover. Hilburn.
Nice dig.
Again,
another clear shot.
On the side, and
De La Rosa just, has no shot.
No, she runs out of real estate before she can even get the ball across. So it's now 8-5 Lone Star. And Wentworth continues to serve. Serve until you lose it. Off the back. A loud bang you might have heard there. It was just one of the seats here that are courtside that fell over. Everybody thought someone passed out. Back to play. The double save kept in play. Again, another nice play by Hilburn by the Rangers. Lone Star on the attack. They fake it to White and instead give it to Moore.
Too far. Watch it again here.
Oh, yeah.
Woolover lets it go.
Smart play. You get the point, and you're down by just one. Take a look at Coach Carl. She's been walking the sidelines of Irving High at one time. There's a point. Goes off the arms of De La Rosa. Lone Star now with their 9th point, and they're up by 2-9-7. I asked Coach Carl, I said, what about this Ranger team and its youth? And she's saying, well, we're like most teams at this stage, we're all just trying to get our sea legs and get everybody to play well together. That goes off the net, and that will be a point to Lone Star. She coached at Fort Worth Brewer, she said, for about 2 or 3 years. Said I didn't have any trouble getting kids to come out, but I needed some tall ones. She goes, I was the tallest player on the tallest person on the court. She goes, I'm not very tall.
Yeah.
Well, a collision underneath the net. Foster and Woolover both going for that loose volleyball. They can't come up with it.
I think Mac needs a timeout. They're a little discombobulated out here,
to say the least. They get 2 a game, so
use them or lose them.
Right.
Nice.
Nice defensive play.
Too many.
I think she might have hit the net, or four touches.
Yep.
And I think we have our first time out. LaToya Ramsey must have been listening to you.
Well,
why not? You're down by 5.
MacArthur's just not very well coordinated in this particular match. I mean, they're
out of sync.
They very much are. I mean, the passing up at the net has been poor, especially when they come to the near side here, Rob, and trying to set up, those spikes over here, and it's just not there. I mean, they're way off target.
MacArthur has Sunset. Besides the Irving schools now in this district, we have Sunset, W.T. White, Skyline, and Turner will be the teams as you take a look at LaToya Ramsey.
And Jesuit.
And Jesuit. LaToya told me, she said, I got to tell you, Rob, we are kind of excited with the new district. It gives us optimism and something to really, to shoot for that postseason.
Now, obviously not Jesuit in volleyball because they're all middle school, but too far again.
Too much spinach. And it's a 6-point Lone Star lead. Even though Lone Star came in.
As they reeled off 5 more, and that ends that. But
yep.
They had a run of 5 straight points. Earlier, they had a run of 5 points.
First time these two schools have met each other.
Nice dig that time by Moore.
White with the slam, saved. This time they get over to De La Rosa. She gets it across the line. Hilburn, the setup, far corner, nice little push. MacArthur still in. The slam and the score, nicely done by Foster. Yep. Number 6. They looked good on that play, MacArthur.
Yeah, they're, team's still trying to find themselves here, and they found themselves well that time. There's a good dig that time.
Perez, oh, that was easy. Natalie Perez hit it where they're not. Again, a 5-point lead. White will come in, and Moore will sit down. White is a sophomore. Moore is the senior. They're almost bookends. They look both about
White
the same.
White is so tall,
yeah.
though.
And then we also have another substitution. Caitlin Black, number 8, will come in, and Wentworth will come out. Black, the junior, plays the outside hitter. Perez with the serve, roll over, hangs on to it. Amador tries to save. Across the net we go. Far side slam off the hands of MacArthur, and a point for the Rangers in Shelby Moore, number 13.
So Mac goes up, or trails now by 6.
Perez, the senior.
Being tall, you can teach.
That's when ball placement becomes so important.
Yep.
Not right at her. You got to go sideways. MacArthur saves it. That was in the net. Moore does the same thing. And I believe we have a net infraction. And the point will go to the Rangers.
17-9 now. This Perez will serve again. Good one.
She's had a good run serving. Perez, the push. Hilburn gets it back over to Moore, and I think that could have been out if they'd have let that one go. Hard to tell if it's angle. Woolover tried to save it, but couldn't, as Melanie White slams that one for a point. And it's now 18-9.
So they had another 5-point run here for the Rangers.
Davila over in the far corner. Amador got it across, but so did the Rangers, and MacArthur all mixed up there in the middle. Another slam, that is way too far. As Tempest Patterson, the sophomore, hit that one out of play. MacArthur gets the point. They got it down to 8. Coming out is Davila.
She needs a long run here.
She does. Amador with the serve. Hilburn sets, and a point by number 9, Tempest Patterson, who plays that outside. She will shift back and forth between her and Caitlin Black, but you know who's going to be in the middle, and that's Melanie White, number 17.
So much for the run.
Yeah.
As we'll see Morgan Hilburn serve. Too far.
Wisely, Woolover lets that one go back. They will get the point. And now Sydney Foster will be doing the serving. Just across the net. That was a good serve. Black couldn't handle it. 19-12 now as they try to cut that lead. Sydney's second serve. Got a little bit more on that one. Some more air. They got to get it back across. Tipped around, unable to save it. The Rangers with another score, and we'll have a substitution for the Rangers. Patterson will come out. Gonzalez will go in. And also Villatoro will come in for the Lady Cards. So a couple of subs. Frisco 5 points away from taking this first game. You play on now in volleyball. If it goes over the net, there's no such thing as a
net ball.
Yep. Great play by the Cards there to get a point. Watch the replay, Lance.
Good job there. Hit them where they ain't.
Yep. De La Rosa with enough mustard on that one that the Rangers couldn't handle. The set again. Off the outstretched arms of Gonzalez, who just got into play. Point for the Cards. Trying to get it down to 5 points for the first time than early on, and I think in this game. Rollover serves.
Too far.
Just for a second, Moore and Perez thought about hitting that.
Well, you don't have much time to do it.
Nope. Lewis, who plays in the middle, she comes in because the big girl is back serving. Hit her with their palm of her hand. And Celeste, the junior, kind of shakes her head a little bit and says, sorry about that. Still 6 points. They can't get it past that 6 point margin.
Well, we'll see if Davila can do it.
Amanda's shot.
This got to go over.
Perez can't get it to go, and now they finally got it down to 5 points. And Coach Carl says, you know what? We're kind of in a funk. I need to call a timeout. Game one, first one to 25 by 2 wins it. Last year, the Irving teams had Heritage, Trinity, Bell, Grapevine. It's goodbye, sayonara to those.
Yeah.
We've got some other teams that we'll take on. And
no more Tarrant County teams.
Nope. Hopefully that will improve our playoff chances. Last year, Lone Star, they played against Argyle and Salina and Aubrey and Ranchview. Well, they're gone. They moved up, and it's kind of funny. Technically, they moved up 2 classes, but because they reorganized things, it's really just 1. But they go from 3 to 5A. Back in action we go. Can the Lady Cards make a run for it? Rollover saves. Davila gets it over to the corner, and a nice play that time by number 5, Illatoro. She gets the point, and looky here. We've cut it to 4, 21-17. Really fun first game here.
Got in.
The slam and the points. Wentworth will come in.
Let's watch where this lands. Just in there.
It might have also gone off the fingertips of MacArthur anyway.
Wentworth with good serve there.
She's had successful first serves. Hit the net.
Yep.
Sometimes there's not much you can do about it.
Yep.
Well, they've cut it to 4.
Was not the fault of Gonzalez, that's for sure.
Too strong. Those are the mistakes that Coach Ramsey told me before the game that's been driving her crazy in the first few weeks of play is those type of mistakes. Not the ones where the other team's just more athletic and get the slam on you. It's just you knocking it out of bounds.
Nope.
4 touches by MacArthur.
So we're down to game point here.
And Shelby Moore, wearing lucky number 13, will be offering up the serve. De La Rosa keeps it in play. Amador got to get it over here, and they do. Perez, Hilburn sets the hit way too hard.
Well, you keep it alive.
That's all you can ask, right?
Yep.
24-19.
Remember, you got to win by 2.
Oh, pretty play.
There it is.
Morgan Hilburn with the now you see me, now you don't. And they win that one 25-19. Watch the replay, Lance.
Yeah, it was a very good job. Whoops. Just a nice job of dinking it in. And so match number 1 goes to Frisco. We'll be back with match number 2 right after this. Ready for match number 2 here at MacArthur High. Frisco winning the first one. Here once again, Rob Willman.
All right, MacArthur will now be going left to right on your screen.
We're not, all the officials aren't ready here, so we're just
not on the same page as far as
I think they're looking at all the
players.
girls. And
yes. Looking at the rotation.
And they're saying that
Foster has to
should
serve.
be serving, and so she is. And
Amador will come up to the outside. They both look a little confused over that, I think.
Well, they probably had a play set up to start.
Now that's out the window, Lance. All right, here we go. And
that's a good way to start.
It is.
Start out with an ace.
This time of day and this time of year, the sun is just right where it's shining through the windows of the gymnasium and into a couple of corners of the court. All right, here we go. Second one on the way as Foster tries to make it 2 in a row. Not there. Rollover says, thanks a lot, because that bounced up and hit me right in the face. Coach Rams is saying, oh, what happened there? Villatoro will come in and Foster will go out. They switch those out a lot, depending on who has the ball. Rollover. Outside, hits the net, and it will be the point of Lone Star. Melanie White again with her presence in the center for Lone Star. Newell, the senior, will be setting things up. Lone Star lost about 9 seniors last year in a rebuilding mode, but doing quite well. Thought Perez could have let that one go, but she didn't. White kept it in play. They try to dink it over, and well done. And the football players are making their presence known behind us, aren't they?
They just got off the field from practicing, so they're glad
just
to get
getting the ace. Yes.
Yeah.
They're like, oh.
A terrible time of the year to be doing
workouts. Yeah, they're like, oh. Get the AC. It's like new energy. It's like pumping oxygen inside of you. Lone Star on the attack, but well done.
Oh, nice block that time by Black. Well, she tried it. It just didn't come down the right way.
The set. The save by Amador. Roll over. De La Rosa tried to get one of those no-look throws. The attack failed, and the point goes to the side of Lone Star. Latoya trying to institute a little momentum and encouragement to her team as White comes up to serve. It's returned into the net. MacArthur unable to get it over the net. Lone Star back up. They won the first one, although they trailed, they being Lone Star, early. But they came with a nice streak of about 6 or 7 points in a row, and that was pretty much it after that. Left-handed move by Wentworth. De La Rosa right down the line and gets the point. Well done by Cecilia. You're breaking my heart.
Coming little Simon and Garfunkel.
Yes, sir. Reyes now in. There's that last point.
Shaking your confidence daily. Reyes there with the serve. Yeah, nice idea, but not well executed. Was it touched now?
No. Point goes to MacArthur. The official had to get the confirmation by the line judge.
What I thought.
The flag-waving referee. Blocked. Kept in play. Got to get it over
this time.
Point to Lone Star.
So it's 5-5. Lindy Skidmore to serve.
In. Count it. And just like that, MacArthur answers the call. And they have the 1-2 switcheroo, Villatoro and Foster. Foster back in. Here's that wide shot replay, that last play. Perez couldn't get to it. The libero watched that one go by. And MacArthur going toe for toe. Shot for shot. And right now it's Lone Star with the unforced errors. Some shots a little too long. MacArthur with the lead and the serve. And it's De La Rosa, who's had a couple of nice points from the net. Lone Star barely able to get that one back. De La Rosa, another one. So she's kind of in a groove over there.
Yep. This, by the way, is the first time Mac has held a three-point edge. As they set it up nicely in De La Rosa, putting the Leche on the Porche.
De La Rosa this time with a little alley-oop serve, a little balloon serve, and that
was kind of like an ephus.
Yeah, it was, wasn't it? It caught Newell off guard.
And now Frisco wants a timeout, saying, hey, we're down by 4.
Yeah, how did this happen?
Well, we ain't playing that well, and they're playing better. So that's the way it works there.
Noticed a former Irving Nimitz coach, now the head coach of South Lake Carroll, Ryan Mitchell, who was at Nimitz at one time. He is 315-14 when he was at Lovejoy.
Oh.
Can you imagine losing just 14?
I'd say that's pretty darn good.
Took those guys to state, won 5 state championships at Lovejoy, and he is now head of South Lake, who had a little controversy. Their old coach, Arthur Stanfield, forced to resign, people say. Some, scuttlebutt is some parents didn't like what he was doing, although he lost only 2 games his entire tenure there.
Well, politics does play a part in high school sports.
De La Rosa. Oh, the English is on her side.
Well, sometimes when Big Mo's on your side, those things happen,
Man, just had just the right amount of curve on this one. Just watch it just work its way down the net and in.
And the Cards have reeled off 5 in a row here.
They look a complete opposite of what they looked like at one point in that first game we saw them play. Roll over. Set. Shot and out as Amador hit that one a little too hard. Checking in now is Patterson for the Rangers. Latoya makes some notes as Moore sets up shop right by us. Not a lot of room that time for Umakwana, and it just hit the middle part of the net. So back we go, and it's serve time for Shelby.
Ooh, nice move, really. I think it kind of caught him flat-footed.
Reminded me of the point that Frisco won with in the first game. Moore's shot is saved. The set, the shot still in play. Perez keeps it in play. Moore, I believe, will knock that out, and she does. And the point will go to the Lady Cards. Woolover will sit down, and number 12, Elliott, will come in for MacArthur. Plays the middle. The slam, and not able to keep it in play are the Lady Cards.
We watch this again here. And too many cooks spoil the broth. Feathers gets the point.
You know, if you're MacArthur, those are the frustrating points to give up. You know, you really didn't get a chance to answer, get it in play. Perez will be doing the serving. Right over the net, it counts. Keep it in play. The push shot. Moore just wants to keep it in play for the Rangers. Likewise for MacArthur. The set, the attack, and oh, she really wanted to dink it over, but Patterson didn't dink enough. Number 7, Kubi, comes in for MacArthur. First time I think we've seen her tonight. Nice serve.
Nice serve.
Very nice. And the point for the Lady Cards. Frisco unable to handle that one. So MacArthur holds on to a 4-point lead. Amador saved it. They set it, they attack. Skidmore did her part. Perez. Set. Two-headed push. The save. Nice little punch by Moore that time. Moore not the tallest one on her team, but still really good height. And even at the mid-range, she had enough to get that one over the net. Caitlin Black checks in as number 3, Morgan Hilburn, the sophomore setter, is now doing the serving. The double quick hit didn't work. Perez over her shoulders. Need to get this one in play, and they do. Roll over again, the double quick hit, and the points. Nicely done by Elliott.
Yeah, Lauren really turned nicely on that. Saw the big arms out in front there and just flipped over to the side. Good job here as we watch it one more time. Watch. Sees that big girl out in front of her, does a good job.
Yep, Elliott with the point. Back on the attack we go.
Well, De La Rosa wanted a dink, but she wound up with a dank.
Couple of substitutions. The 1-2 switcheroo we see a lot of. Foster and Villatoro. Villatoro goes in. Also, Gonzalez checks in for the Rangers, and she will be serving it up right here.
Well, some good effort, but
just ran out of real estate.
Ran out of hits.
It's almost like you want to dive for it, but not
no.
at the cost of hitting the stands, right?
No, teeth are expensive to replace.
Nice return. White, the sophomore, so big.
Yeah.
1 of 5
you
sophomores.
Can't teach size.
No.
Now a chance to tie, and there you have it.
Well, here's that Lone Star run we saw in the first one.
They've reeled off 4 in a row here and 5 out of the last 6.
And it's Celeste Gonzalez that's had the hot hand serving. That one is outside, the old sportscaster's jinx. Now Umakwana goes back in for MacArthur, playing up at the net.
Woolover will go back and serve.
De La Rosa and Kubi also the other 2 playing right at the net for the Lady Cards. De La Rosa with the push, but out of bounds. And it will be a point for the Lady Rangers.
So White to serve.
Net play this time so beneficial for MacArthur. Reyes, number 9, comes in. Catherine Kubi will go out, and you're looking at number 9. Reyes, who will be
Reyes,
who does the serve. Serving it up, the big dish. MacArthur not fooled on that setup. Not fooled on that one either.
Boy, that was a terrific job by De La Rosa up there. Her and Umakana both together on this.
Boom.
I think it was Umakana who
got a hand on it.
Yeah.
One of those unforced errors.
Yep.
Brings it back within a point.
Well, Skidmore comes into the game and will serve for the Rangers.
Lindy. Don't see a lot of Lindys these days. You see a lot of Lindsays.
Yep.
Not a lot of Lindys. And nice setup. All started with the setup. They gave the cards the extension. They gave the player the opportunity.
And a good job by Umakana not to touch the net here, too.
Right. Kept the arms back. Woolover, nice job keeping that in play. De La Rosa had that one rejected. They did not hit the net. And Lewis, Jasmine Lewis, number 2, was right there at the net for the Lady Rangers. Point goes to Frisco. They're going to try to tie it on this one. Moore with the serve.
Do it.
And they did. Boy, I can remember when Frisco had one high school.
I can remember when Frisco was just a little one-horse town and all fields. No moss, baby, no moss.
Ball in play. Amador kept that one in play.
That was a good job. Live to fight another day.
Yep. Frisco kind of had the same mentality on the return. I think Umakwana was ready for that. Frisco, like for 100 years, they had like one high school. And now they've got about 8, or they will soon.
One of the fastest growing areas in the country.
Yep, they're the new Plano. That's what I like to say. People that know Plano but don't know the area, I say they're the new Plano. Everybody's heading in that direction. And I think we're going to have a timeout by MacArthur. As just like that, the visitors are on top.
Good job by Latoya to call a timeout here. Frisco has reeled off 3 points in a row and 4 out of the last 5. They've done a good job here. Because Latoya is in her 3rd year here. She played at Alcorn State, where she holds the school record. Wow, listen to this. Aces in a season, she had 80. And also kills per set over 4. So,
man,
she could bring the hammer, couldn't she? But now she's trying to tell the girls how to deliver that hammer and also play together. Sometimes working, sometimes not.
It's amazing how sometimes just a break, just a timeout, just a
reset
everybody's. Yeah, reboot. Boy, there's a word for the new millennium, reboot. All right, Moore will continue to serve for Frisco. Rollover's got to get it over. She does. To her fellow LeBaro.
She was holding the ball.
Yep. Had her hands in. Point goes to MacArthur. So the home team looking to equalize here as Umakwana has the serve.
Got to go over.
Well done by MacArthur just then.
Palming
palm of her hand. You know, Lance, we do that a lot in water volleyball in the backyard pool, but here it's just verboten.
And you can't do it either. Even worse.
It is. Ba-dum-bumps. All right, Natalie Perez, the senior. She has served quite a few, and she has given her team quite a few points in the process, and now they're 3 points away.
Victory,
yep.
Yeah. Natalia.
Nice save.
Good job of staying with it.
No, point goes over to, it hit the net and then she hit it again. I think that's what the official's saying. She blocked it at the net and then she hit it again when it went in the net and curled out. So I think he's saying it hit her twice. I'm guessing now. Don't put any words in my mouth, but I think that's. Let's watch it again. Let's see what happens. She blocks it and then she hits it. She hits it twice.
Right.
So anyway, they're 2 points away winning the second match. And Perez will serve up another dish.
Ooh, cannon serve
high up the arms. Got to get this one over. Perez does, and there's no one there.
She will serve her match. Will Natalia?
The set, the shot. Two players fight for that one. Rollover called her off. For the win.
Nope.
Close, but no stogie. Kubi comes in. She'll go back to the front line. MacArthur trying to dig deep. Match point.
Nope. Never say die, huh?
Nope. Crawls up the arm of Perez. Rangers 1-1 on pretty much a floater their last time out. Will they try that again? Match point.
Yep.
And that's it.
So now the Rangers just one match away from taking the whole game. We'll be back right after this. All right, so the MacArthur Lady Cardinals are back against the wall time. They got to win the next 3 sets if they want to get a victory here tonight. But while we got a moment, let's talk about the good folk who bring you the ball game of the week each week on ICTN. Our longtime spotter, our charter sponsor for the last 23 years, Gerald Stavely Dry Cleaning. That means they're charter sponsor, meaning they've been with us these many years. And we do thank the Stavely folks for allowing us to bring you the broadcast of the week each week right here on ICTN. And next week, we go back to football, ladies and gentlemen.
Can you believe it?
Yeah.
We were just finishing up girls softball. Next thing you know, it's 2-a-days and time to play some football.
Howdy-ho.
All right, here we go. Serving up the dish is Hilburn. MacArthur on the attack. Perez. Moore. The slam.
That was a cannon slam there.
Wasn't it? De La Rosa. Moore
Nice
saves
save.
that. Perez. Just a little two-handed setup. The 1-2 punch. 3 players go for it, or 2 of them go to the ground, and it's one of those that get up smiling. I don't know if the coach is happy, but the girls get up like, well, I'm glad we didn't hit heads. And
that's why they wear knee pads.
Yeah.
Nice job, Rob.
Thank you.
Let's give the point to Rob Roman and
save the television.
Yeah.
All right, so once again, the home team coming out. We saw that in game 1. Moore just flat foots it to get over the net. Hits the net, and the point goes over to Lone Star. I'd like to remind everyone, we were talking about football and everything, to join us throughout the season as we ask you to sound off on our question of the week. Each Friday night, we'll pose a question. You can go to the City of Irving Facebook page and submit your vote, and then look for the answer on the next game. We encourage fan feedback. Enjoy to see it.
Well, good serve. Good save by Perez, what I'm trying to get out of my mouth. This has got to go over.
Straight up. Hilborn to Moore. Little push. Ball still in play. Perez saves that one.
Good. They talk to one another there.
They do. Hilborn also saved it. Back to MacArthur, and not much she could do there.
Nope. Good kill shot.
Yep.
They set it up very nicely here, and on the lay. Willover serve.
It's one of those that came by so fast she really didn't have time to get her feet underneath her, even to get in a position. That one is long, and boy, the Cards are leading this one and up in a hurry.
Well, they were 4-1 in the first match, too.
Miscommunication, one of the few times by the Rangers.
Sure.
Yep, and I think Coach Carl says, I want time.
Girls. What are we doing here? We played so well, and now we no habla.
Continuing talking about the football game, in addition to watching the game of the week on Time Warner, Verizon, and Uverse, you can now go to the City of Irving's YouTube site to catch all the action. You can also see all the games from 2013 to the 2014 season on YouTube. It's City of Irving on the YouTube channel. That darn YouTube, it's making a name for itself, isn't it?
I enjoy watching a lot of old things there. I like to go back and watch 1950s TV shows.
TV shows on YouTube?
Yeah.
That's about the size of the screen back in those days.
Oh, yeah, sure. And because they were very small. But I remember watching Highway Patrol. I mean, the old Broderick Crocker episodes.
All right, back to action. And the Lady Cards are finding the groove.
Yeah, 6-1 here. 6-2, excuse me.
Well, maybe they gave that point. Well, I'm confused.
Huh?
I thought they gave the point. It is 6-1. Yeah, okay. Yeah, the scoreboard is wrong. We had it right. There's the slam. Willover kept it in play. Amador did likewise.
That's way too far.
You know, the key, it seems like, at least in the first 2 matches we've seen for MacArthur, is just to weather the storm when Lone Star gets a streak going. Don't let them reel off those 5 or 6 points in a row.
Yeah, they've reeled off 2 in a row now.
And right now, MacArthur is doing the job, and they've got that 5-point lead, 7-2. Watch here. De La Rosa had them leading in one direction.
Yeah.
Number 9, Alejandra Reyes with the serve. Picked up nicely by Newell. Hilborn keeps it in play. The set, the slam, kept in play. Moore with the shot.
Oh, great dig that time by Willover.
Indeed. Moore touched it on the other side, and she had Allison Newell leaning. She was leaning toward the middle, but Moore hit her and hit the ball, and it just put her all right there. See, she was going to save it on the line, and Moore touched it, redirected the path of the ball, and she couldn't get to it. 6-point MacArthur lead. You know who we haven't seen in this third match We haven't seen Melanie White, the real tall, that plays up at the net for Frisco. You know, this is pre-district. Coaches sometimes like to experiment with lineups, see who they've got once the...
And also, too, with a lead like this, winning the first 2 sets, get a chance to see some other players.
That is out, and like we talked about earlier in this cable cast, you know, they lost 9 seniors, and so they're trying to see who can play and who can't. Wentworth will come in. Caitlin Black will sit down.
Wentworth.
Can we see her start the game, the first match, by serving? That, I believe, is in. Good call. Bada bing, bada boom. 8 points, MacArthur lead. Third match really lopsided. Really just zipping through because MacArthur seems to be getting all the breaks, like right there. Every hit seems to fall as Cecilia had a nice serve, making it count, and I think we're going to have a timeout by Coach Carl. She's like, well, okay. All experiments aside, we got to play a little bit better.
You think?
I think. I really do. So MacArthur, you know, momentum. They had a lot of momentum going, and now all of a sudden they've got to keep that same intensity up once play begins, holding on to a 9-point lead here in the third match.
Yeah, that's how fast, again, Big Mo can change one. And those things do happen. In the Cardinal Gymnasium, they had to rebuild it a few years ago. They had some substandard work here, and unfortunately the girls and the boys and everybody, they had to go practice other places for so long while they rebuilt this.
This
nice
seemed like yesterday, didn't it? This is Moore. Winded up like she was going to slam it home, instead just dinked it over, just gave it a little floater. Newell will sit down. They bring up a taller player, Patterson. Lone Star down by 8. Biggest deficit for Lone Star in this game, or in these matches. That one is out, and another point for Frisco. Could this be that little momentum shift that we've seen Frisco put together twice already in these matches? Moore. The set. Hit the net. Amber Amador hit the net as a setter, and that point will go to Frisco. They put a couple together now. That is out. Will Latoya call timeout? She's thinking about it.
I would think she would want to. She's having some words for her girls, though, that's for sure.
It just seems like we've seen this before, where Frisco just gets in a run like that, and you look up, and that 8-point lead has been cut in half.
They've rolled off here.
Nicely done at the net. Hilburn, number 3, and number 2, Lewis, both right there. Hilburn felt pretty good about herself after that one. Watch
amazing
here on
how
the knee.
big Mo can
oh,
change,
yes.
isn't it?
Yes. A 6-pack and a timeout.
Ak Duliba.
Das ist nicht gut.
Yep.
We're talking about football. Our first game of the year will be Keller Timber Creek against Irving Nimitz. Irving Public School Stadium. First time we've ever seen Timber Creek out of Keller. We talk about Frisco, you know, Keller was just Keller for years. And
right.
Now they've.
Where they got about three or
three
four?
now, yeah.
This whole area booms, doesn't it? And look at Mansfield and all the schools
they put together.
Yeah.
Well, one of the best places in the country to for affordable housing, so you can see why a lot of folks
and jobs
pitch up tent and come this way. That ball is out of control, and now Lone Star is just a point away from tying this one up. And again, remember the sophomore, Melanie White, the really big player that sets right at the net. She hadn't been in this last game.
Finally ends that run.
Well, you know it had to happen sooner or later. Lauren Elliott comes back in.
With a good 8-point run that time. That's the longest run we've had, by the way, here tonight.
All right. Lady Cards trying to regroup. Holding on to that lead.
Nice dig. Good job, Wentworth. Oh, 1-0 to McConnell. Wonderful job there. But for not.
A great save, but no one there to save the save. And now we talked about Melanie White, the big hitter. She's now up there at the net. That one is out. That was close. Whew, that was close. But called out, and
they have come back, have these Rangers.
Like starting from scratch.
Cannon serves that time.
And just like that, the Lone Star Rangers, catchy little name, eh?
Yeah. And Natalia has been one of the stars for him here tonight.
Been a stellar server.
Another great one there. She is really hammering these things. Natalia's going to do it again, this time from the other side.
Set. Perez.
Nope.
At first I thought maybe Hilborn had touched it twice. I think she thought she touched it twice. Nonetheless, the Cardinals get the point, and they're back within one.
Kubi back into the game for Mac.
Amador with the serve.
Oops.
Goes over Perez's fingertips. And we're tied again. This one could come down to a 25-23 game. It wouldn't surprise me.
Yep.
By far the tightest game we've seen. Wentworth comes out. Black back in.
Hilburn to serve.
Amador kept that one in play. Willover does likewise. Hilborn hit the net, I believe.
Yep.
And that will be point for MacArthur.
Oh, wonderful
yes.
job.
The no look by Elliott.
Lauren with a great shot here. Watch this. Set up nicely, and
yeah.
Good job, Lauren.
Absolutely. This is Moore. Amador. Out. This seems like the teams are just switching points. One might get a 2-point run, but the other will answer. Gonzalez comes in. Most of the time we've seen Gonzalez come in, it's always to serve. And she will do so here. She got a couple of points back in the second match. And she does her job and gets that one. And the Rangers are back into the lead. Win this one and it's all over. Hilburn, Moore. Gonzalez saved it. Moore, the slam and the point. And it's back to a 2-point lead.
Kaboom.
Kaboom town.
Celeste has reeled off 3 in a row here.
I remember she did that back in the second match. Saved by Perez. Hilburn over her shoulder to Moore, and Moore gets the point. Tough for MacArthur on the net play. Number one, they're just not as tall. And Frisco's just really strong, and this time they get the roll there on the net.
Mac did that earlier.
Yep. Out, point goes to Frisco. They're 5 away. And that early momentum we saw here in match 3 has gone by the wayside as Coach Ramsey calls time, saying 4 points we cannot afford to give up.
Yep, Mac had built up such a large lead. They had an 8-point lead at one time. Actually, a 9-point lead. They led 12-3 at one time.
We talked about the new district, and we talked about 9-6A, which MacArthur is a part of, and the teams associated with that. Well, you make postseason, in which a lot of these teams hope they do in our district, and those that do will face this district of the 3 Mesquite teams, Mesquite Horn, North Mesquite. Highland Park is now, after all these years, being in that classification lower, now have been thrusted up into the 6A, along with Richardson, Burtner, Pierce, and Lake Highlands. Boy, that's a strong 10-6A district right there, but I'm really interested to see how Highland Park fares now that they got to play against the bigger schools.
I think they'll do fine.
They seem to be in that old 4A forever. Maybe 2 years they had to go up, and they went right back down. Point, Lone Star. Well, MacArthur had set it up well, but goodness, you just can't get it over that net of Lone Star. That time they made the mistake, and MacArthur gets the point. They're not dead yet. 22-18. Roll over with the serve. Kept in play. Rollover keeps it in play. Boy, how they saved that one, I don't know. Up. Use the palm of her hand. That was Caitlin Black. It might have been the second time she's done that tonight. I know we've had a couple of palmings.
Too far?
Yep. Gimme points, and now Lone Star is too shy of winning this one. Well-deserved rest for Perez as White dishes up the serve. Blocked, saved by Moore. Hilburn, Gonzalez. Rollover saves that one. Adora does the same thing, but so does Moore. Or Amador, excuse me. Across. Amador had called for it. A little miscommunication that time as Umakwana hit it. But Amador said, I could hear her say mine at the time. And now we're down to game point.
That's it.
Well, MacArthur, They had two great runs. They started the first match with a big run and then lost it. And then here in the third match, also another big run. And they just, momentum caught up to them.
Yeah, it was just the tale of, in that third match there, this is a tale of two games almost. And Mac did so well at the beginning there, but then Frisco just came on like gangbusters and just blew them away.
So that's going to do it for our game of the week. Congratulations to Frisco Lone Star, winning in 3 straight against the MacArthur Lady Cardinals. Don't forget, our next game on ICTN will be high school football, kicking off the season as Keller Timber Creek takes on the Nimitz Vikings. We hope you can join us for that one. For Lance Brown, I'm Rob Willman. For all of our crew here at ICTN, thanks for watching, everyone. We'll see you next time.
Irving Game of the Week has been brought to you in part by Gerald Stavely Dry Cleaning,